transforms into a rifle player and how that affects someone like Nitro, who, you know, when he has played the rifle in the past, Simple on this team, has taken a lot of the spots that Nitro has played. So there's got to be a balance found that's got to be found early, but I still favor them. I still think they have the skill to win this as a complete package. Obviously, Nico stands aside in that department.
Are straight into this one. It's going to be Dust 2. Liquid starting on the T side here. They've actually gone for a fast long take as well. No presence from the CTs whatsoever, so they are undetected for now. You can see Chris J and Nico pushing off towards short, hunting for intel here. So although they haven't found any confrontation, they're getting tons of information here. They're working out, okay, well, nothing towards middle, nothing lower B. Let's start adjusting ourselves. You can see Speedy on the A bomb side as well. On that defensive position, got to spot one and fall back and wait for rotations.
He's got the spot, but he's blinded and doesn't try to hide away from that at all. Just stays in the open, and Kusta's able to take him down. Next does get one back through the smoke from CT. And it's Nico on catwalk, but he's gone. It's Kusta that ups him. So 3 versus 3, but look where that bomb is. They have to push down towards CT. Luckily, Simple's going to drag them back slightly, and they got to smoke onto it in time, so they do grab it. But now Simple has to come up large back toward the B tunnels. Does take down Next, but Chris J and Dennis bring it back, and it's all to Hiko. And I guess if you could have one man left in this situation, this is who you would want it to be.
He's got a plan down on the site as well. Retake coming in. The CTs do not have a kit right now, so we'll see whether they can salvage one as it gets this pincer coming in from long as well. Dennis towards long.
And then there was a kit at mid that Chris just picked up.
It up as well. So Hiko has dropped down to CT spawn as well. Horrible position to be in. Needs to find his first frag very quickly.
He's definitely got the information that Chris is above him, but no, how does Dennis not see him? Dennis just walks immediately behind him, now gets the call. Dennis was looking on the platform, had a free shot on Hiko, and now he stayed alive longer. This could be hugely problematic, because if he wins this first duel, Chris is the one with the kit, and he's on it. Thankfully, Dennis wins it.
There was a massive problem for Liquid there. Their execution was great, actually, but they missed a key smoke towards shore. I'm not sure if you spotted it. It was actually that shit landing on the short box. Takes away the vision from the CTs trying to retake. They completely fluffed it, and it landed so deep that the CTs actually had a benefit from it in the end. So that's a massive problem. Liquid getting the first pick onto the A bomb side, but a miscalculated smoke means they lose the first couple of frags, making their way to the bomb side. They get a plant down, means they get extra money, and obviously the AKs next round. So Desert Eagles and PT50s, but Mousesports almost gifted that in the 2 versus 1. He did what he could, dropping down the CT spawn, a very difficult position to be in. As we go into round number 2, you can see 3 UMPs from Mousesports and a scout on towards Chris J.
Liege, the one to be closest to the mid doors right now, has Simple, Kusta, Nitro all behind him. So heavy mid presence right now from Liquid, but Next there on the other side of the door. Going to take down at least one, make it now 2 with the UMP. Chris onto Hiko with the scout. It's pretty straightforward at this point in time. Bomb's still there and easily grabbable, but not much of an opening. Simple does do damage at least, but unlikely they'll get much more than this, and it's Nitro that's last alive in this situation with the Deagle.
Yeah, not many options here. If he can find one more kill and just dent the economy slightly, the CTs will be buying up next round, so that's all we can really hope for. If he somehow gets a plant down, that'd be an absolute miracle, but you can see Nico defensively on the side, is spotting towards short, making sure he denies. He doesn't want to go down whatsoever, so just do some damage, try and take him down, and he has spotted him as well.
Yeah, he is slowly working out catwalk. The goal to put a plant in place. This is going to be denied. Nico already there with the UMP.
So Liquid do pick up 1 kill, but this is the round that really matters here. They're going to have AK-47s. With the CTs, they have 3 UMPs. It's interesting they went for that buy, considering they knew they'd be going against this. Normally most teams would go for Famus's M4 combo, maybe have the Scout on Chris J, but this is be a challenging round for sure. Mousesports can win this. It'll be a massive boost to their economy going forward. But Liquid, after seeing that buy, they'll probably be slowing things right down and trying to work some picks here. You can see actually a decent spawn used by Simple towards long, looking for that corner spot. Going to be Molotov'd out for now, so deciding to fall back, and this will be the default play now. 3 CTs towards the B side of the map. We have got Speedy and Nico controlling towards long.
It's Nitro that's going to wait for any aggression as they just try and force this out. This is the true Jaden round.
The true Jaden.
This is the true one because they've got a scout and 3 SMGs on this early buy from Liquid. This is as Jaden as it gets, Henry.
Well,
unlike you, which is about as jaded as you get. But
yeah, that's true.
See, it all
At this
works.
point in my life, yeah. So here we go. Looking like a B-sided play. We can see 3 players towards middle actually from Liquid. Maybe they will decide to go towards shore here. It's probably the most beneficial place to go, considering they haven't been confronted whatsoever towards short. So gaining presence, getting the real estate of the map, just slowly but surely gaining control of short. And Nico can hear them going up. So Chris J will be towards the car with the scout, hoping he can tag as many players as he can, but you can see he won't be backed up whatsoever. This will be very difficult for Mousesports to hold off now. The drop comes in, CT spawn, and now they're going to be facing towards long.
Nitro already down around the corner is going to be the one to face, as you say, toward that long position, but Chris not peeking him in return. We won't have much information if they're there or not. That might actually pay dividends late, but it's Next, and it's Nico combining again. Nico has to hold fire on the second shot because Next crosses over in front. He tries to stay disciplined, but it actually goes back to favor Liquid.
Wow.
Look at Chris J. They did overlook it. He just walked up long. Nitro faced that and looked away. They put all their attention on the catwalk.
It's incredible. It looked like Liquid had full control of that situation, considering the weapons that Mousesports had as well to try and retake that. UMP prevails somehow, and it's going to be Mousesports going up 3-0. Speedy upgrades for an AK-47, so does Chris as well. So somehow that Scout UMP combo, Matt, that's the one that wins the round. Liquid do get the bomb down. They could go for Tech-9s here, more of a partial buy going forward. They could force it if they really wanted to, but considering how that round ended and the guns that Mousesports presented to them, I wouldn't recommend it at this stage. Here we get that round number 4. They are going to be forcing this one, so AK on Simple, and then they have Tech-9s and a PT-50s across the board apart from him. So he needs to step up here, find that first frag. He was facing towards long before, but this time will be taking his efforts towards the B tunnels. No aggression from the CTs whatsoever, more of a default play, and they have got the AWP out on Chris J as well, so he goes to spot towards the middle of the start, and now we'll be boosted on towards the site, and he'll be presumably controlling long, while the other 3 of his teammates protect short.
And it goes to show you why the bonus round does work, because they get the free upgrades of AKs. They buy the one M4 that they need. They go to an AWP on Chris, and it's all very little cost. And look at the effect that it has. It's on the pistols for Hiko and co, but getting that first kill, they do pick up an M4 to complement Simple on the AK. It's going to be turned around. Elige walks up. It's Next that drops, but good push through from Dennis. Well timed. Picks up 2. Has to turn back because they're already in the B site. So they do forfeit some map control, some real estate that's important, which will allow a plant. But not a great one. Simple goes inside the box because he's a little bit worried about being pushed through the door. Nitro wasn't in a position to deny that. So the post plant, it's going to be a little bit scattered here from Liquid. A little bit hectic. They can't afford to go out toward the tunnels. They have to play within the site. And Simple, fully blinded, tries to spray through. Almost lines them up as a result, but Chris J does get him back. But Nitro's there. And it's going to be an eco buy that actually works out for Liquid.
Yeah, the full blind spray from Simple somehow working out for him there. So Liquid going for the fast mid play, getting down suicide and finding that kill onto Nico. That was so key. Managed to get into the B site there. Decent plan down in the 2 versus 2. Seemed like it did favor Mousesports actually on the retake. The flashbangs were very decent, but getting laid down by that spray from Simple. 1v1 working out for them in the end as well. But like you said, Mousesports still have cash to buy into this one. It's a difficult buy. UMP, Scout, 1M4. Chris J still does have the AWP. Long control gifted towards Liquid once again. 4 players towards that area. At this point, they can go into an A split. Once you have full control of the A long area, it means you've actually pushed the CDs back to the bomb site. You start splitting them, making them feel a lot of pressure towards the bomb site itself.
Kusta already inside the pit. Has the chance to fire away. It's Jason's favorite player, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. Jason said to me yesterday that he was going to get 60 frags a game this weekend.
In a best of 1?
In a best of 1.
It's a strong prediction.
I mean, that guy is full America. But there it is. That starts. All right. Gets down Nico. I am all over the place. As Hiko is there to get Speedy. Next is going to fall back up the ramp, though. Finds Nitro at the quad, but still, they're getting closer to that A site. Good pickup from Dennis. Brings it back to 3 versus 3, but only 1 kit. It's Chris J that has it. At this point in time, he's still out towards middle, so bomb easily going to be planted from Hiko.
It's a platform plan as well. We've got Kusta down towards that area. No CDs coming from long as well, so this will be a very challenging scenario for Mousesports. They're coming from short, and 1 player towards CT spawn as well, but here comes the retake. They have got flashbangs, but that's about it. Smoked out for now. They need to decide whether they're going for this one.
That's the problem, is the smoke does limit Chris. Again, mentioned, he's got the kit. So has to find a way through this. They are going to push now. He goes here. Staz line up the first one. No! Chris gets the shot back. It looked like it was already lined up easily for the AK. And it is on to Kusta, so thankfully planted for this platform, but they have his position figured out. Shot on the Next. That takes the first challenge down. Shoulder baits to see if they're on the defuse. He hits Chris, and he has to get off it. Kit's gone. Dennis picks it up late, but there's no time.
As soon as Kusta got set in that position, they haven't sent anyone towards long. He's got such a strong control of the situation. He's in towards the platform. He's got cover. CT's pushing him as well. He's just waiting for that to happen. Very well played by Kusta. Keeps the dream alive and actually forces Mousesports onto an eco now. So a 3 versus 1. It's a perfect situation for that kill onto Next. That was so key. Had he died there, obviously the round is over. CT's went for the full defuse as well, but as the wrong player, obviously you need Chris J watching for the AWP of the face, and he had the defuse kit, so that was a massive problem. We've got a Next on Revolver, Matt. We haven't seen one of these in a while. I think it was Snacks' last player we saw buying Revolvers. Let's see what he can do with it. Hiko lighting things up, taking down Nico and Speedy. And they get long control once again. It seems like a heavy area of contention.
I'm a fan of the Revolver. Just pre-bolt that, peek out, get headshots.
It's not a thing. I'm going to fit it out.
Well, I know it's not. All right, look, Hebry.
It's just not a thing.
It's a Sadokist thing. I like to troll. That's I have it over the Deagle. I still have it equipped.
People have seen how strong the Deagle can still be. A Revolver, for me, is
But
redundant.
for $850, you can literally create a vortex that will suck the entire world into it.
I didn't think about that. Maybe you're right.
You should have. Because it's going to happen. I'm telling
go.
you, see? No pre-bolt. He's going for the right clicks instead. Oh, he let me down. But Dennis is still here with the deagle. It's going to be dropped. Hiko gets the kill there, and it's on to Chris J. Just with an AWP, he has to fade away from this. He will. Smartly so.
You just saw how bad that could be for the money it costs. Like, you'd hope it'd get like 2 or 3 kills in that situation, but manages to hit 1. That's about it. Simple round there for Liquid. They do drop 1 player, but getting long control once again. They're very happy to use the spawns on Dust 2. It's one of the few maps you can actually say, well, we've got a decent long spawn. Let's take this with flashbangs and see if we can overrun that area. As I mentioned before, once you do control long and you have your AWP in towards the pit, it's such a nice position to be in. It means you can do so much. The CTs can't really justify facing and have to reposition themselves and react based on that. But here we go, then round number 7. It's going to be Mousesports with another Eco coming in. They have got some 5.7s and P250s and stacking towards middle, it seems. 2 players pushing off shorts and 2 towards doors as well. But Kusta is ready for them. Takes down Dennis to kick round number 7 off. And she gets a double as well. Nice work from her.
Well, he's on the way to that 60 bomb.
Yep, that helps.
Hiko going to hold off the off angle at top mid. It's just full aggression right now from Mousesports. Simple watches over toward the B tunnel. Speedy's there though, and it looks like Elise wasn't ready for that. Hiko's fallen away from this, so he's actually going to at least pick up an AK, but it's 1 versus 4. The AK is probably going to be the goal in saving at this point in time. Liquid's still way back toward T-spawn because of all this aggression, but they've got 1:10 to work this. Should be straightforward. Henry?
You'd assume so. They're biding their time though. Playing discipline, making sure they stay together. Utilising the buddy system we always talk about, Matt. You'd always talk about, I should say.
Yeah. Totally.
There we go then. Still making sure they do this properly. Don't want to drop a single player here. Money isn't the strongest for Liquid right now. This round will start building and swelling their bank accounts though. So Speedy's actually in a decent position. They haven't checked the bomb site yet, but he could come in and cause some damage here. Not meant to be though, as Hiko picks up the final frag. Simple and Kusta getting 2 apiece that round, and we go into round number 8. This will be another full buy for Mousesports. They could get a double AWP setup, sorry, and going to be going for 4 rifles instead. So Chris J, one of the players that needs to step up here. A lot of the guys were predicting for Mousesports to take Dust 2, considering what we saw against against Fnatic when they took them to overtime and stuff like that.
Absolutely, and not only that, just the fact that the Kusta coming in does shift the dynamics from Liquid, so it's an alright start. I'm not going to read into it too much. It is Dust 2, it's back and forth. So it's a matter of how the economy starts to swing at this position, because the eco from Liquid was huge. That really brought them back in after losing that first gun round. But Nitro, there it is. There's the entries he's known for. Fast play. Catches next off, but then is still in position. Traded. And that's the exact counterpart to need Nitro. If he doesn't get that second kill on entry, Elige is always there. It's the 1-2 punch. So excellent trade kill from Elige. Bomb given up. Liquid's just going to Molotov off on the window. Simple throws that out, but it's already a save. They've already committed to this, Mousesports.
Yeah, very nice fast play there from Liquid, going for the straight up B split, ruthless. Next, alone towards middle, couldn't take anyone down with him, and that's a serious problem. You've got 3 players coming out towards middle, and you're focused towards long. The rotation is going to take so long here, and you can see that Mousesports don't even justify going for this one. It's going to be keeping the AWP alive, along with Speedy and Nico as well, but that's a great round from Liquid, and you have to only find 2 kills to win a round, then you know you've done something perfect there. Mousesports now wondering how they can adjust their setup. I think the double AWP in this scenario would be perfect. They can get the AWP towards B and have more focus towards mid with the rifles. That's what they need to start doing at this point. If they're going to be abusing that kind of mentality, then something needs to change at this point. So we'll have a look at the money for Mousesports after dropping 2 players. They still can obviously drop some rifles and adjust the wealth. For Liquid, is that 5 clean rounds in a row now? It is.
So it's a full bonus now that goes the way of Mousesports. So Chris on the AWP. Kusta's going to hold this mid. Tries to fire in, nearly does actually leg up the first player crossing. That would have been Dennis.
Here we go. It's an adjustment from Mouse now. 2 players towards short, going aggressive, boosting as well. Chris J towards the lower B tunnels. They're trying to find those early picks, but it's going to be pressure towards the B tunnels as well. Simple gets dropped, but Elige and Nitro coming to life. Equal exchanges, but now the B site is open. Nitro going to be going in first. They're using the utility to get into the site.
And Dennis gets one from the grave with the Molotov, but Nex actually ran out of ammo there. It looked like he had that second kill lined up as well, but Speedy does get in fast. So the smoke out on the top of the tunnels only lets Nitro in, and he's segregated from his teammates. They have to let Hiko go to work on this lurk. Smart play from Kusta to fall away from that as well with the AWP. As soon as Nitro was lost, there was no entry for him, so made the decision fast. But he's got this cordoned off. He's got this A site ready, but Chris is the one that's in position. Kusta's going to spot it. Chris gets away, but who's waiting? It's Hiko inside of spawn.
This is such a strong position from him. They've got a minute to play with as well, so you can see Kusta adjusting himself, getting towards long. The problem is he's got to cross with that bomb, so Hiko needs to make something happen here. Presumably a CT will walk in front of him. I can't believe anyone would be checking this whatsoever.
Oh,
okay.
Chris does. He looks over top of the box. That's so smart. They know he goes up to something. They haven't spotted him all half. Rather round, but you get the point. Bomb's gonna go down. It's Kusta to do it, but it's a 1 versus 3. Immediate Molotov on the catwalk. That'll give him a chance to try and peek down into lower, but he wants to actually position himself. He's not ready for this at all. Flash out, position from long. Speedy's there. That was the one place that he didn't consider. He expected them all to be rotating from Hiko's point of view.
That's kind of sick from Chris to actually check that and land the headshot as well. So perfect. Like I said, even though it was a 3-on-2, I thought Liquid, considering his position, had such an advantage in that scenario. But there it is, Chris J. You have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch that guy out. And Hiko does drop, and finally Mousesports, after losing 5 in a row, will put around on the board, making it 5, plays 4 now. Here comes a double up on the T side of Dust 2. We saw this quite a lot towards the end of 2015. We'll see how this works out. Simple showed what he's made of at the major with the AWP, so we'll see if we'll be opening up the map, looking for those entry kills. But that was a nice adjustment from the CT there, sending 2 wells up a B, 2 towards short, trying to take the game towards the terrorists instead of being sitting back and allowing them to do whatever tactic they wanted to.
So 4 ops out. We'll see who gets the best of this. Speedy at the car isn't going to peek right now. They're trying to let it up to Nico to get the information, and then potentially Speedy can walk out undetected when they are overcommitted on a wider angle. But the 4 players that initially took that long control to get Simple into position have already fallen off this. So this was just a play to win long. But look how wide Simple is. This could work for Speedy. Oh, Nico actually hit it. It looked like Simple had that lined up too. So Speedy doesn't need to do anything. They lose that long control, and now Liquid have to find a way back into the round, and Nico's adjusting. Even if they come up catwalk, he's still here behind the cinder blocks. Flashed off, they're not going to anticipate this position. Pops up, Nico's got the shot onto a lead. Oh, the shot on Nitro as well. He is so swift and so quick. He stays close, eventually gets dropped, but man, oh man, what a start to the round from Nico.
Yeah, this guy's an absolute beast. He picks up the double orb setup this time, and Simple, not happy with that. He said he hit him on the body. I thought he did as well. It looked like on my screen, to be fair, when he went towards the A site. But here we go, then 4 versus 2. Nico and Kusta coming in with the clutch. They have got the bomb, but the CT's just completely aware of what's going on. The short pump comes in, and it will go down here. So if anything, they will be able to get some extra cash here, but the CT should prevail. As I say that, though, Hiko gets 2! And now it comes down to an equal situation.
Kusta does try and get one shot quickly, but goes down, can't hit that first angle onto Speedy, but it gives Hiko the information that both are out toward long. He's gonna try and hold this. Hiko falls away. That smoke is buying him so much space, and it's Chris J that gets overcommitted to it. Speedy's got this, but it's all about saving the AWP. Has time to get the bomb as well.
Well then, a much closer round than I anticipated that. I thought Liquid would just getting the bomb down, and that'd be enough, but Hiko had different ideas, getting the double spray down towards short, and then bringing it down to a 1 versus 1 as well. Speedy left on about 30 HP. Looked very uncomfortable there for the CTs, but they managed to step it up. And here's the replay from Nico right now.
I actually want to see a replay of that Simple shot that he was talking about, because on my...
Did you see it?
Well, I don't think he actually shot on... I'm wondering if it was client side.
Okay, so on my screen, but I'm on the Go TV, right? I saw him click on him. It looked like it was a straight kill.
Because on my screen, I didn't actually notice that he'd taken a shot off or not. Regardless, Nico won the duel.
He actually typed in the server, I 100% hit you. I thought he did.
I'm thinking like this is like a Josh Steele in this end moment. I shot it. I won't focus that one. But I'm not, on my side, I didn't actually see him get the shot off. Good start nonetheless in this round. Really good from Mousesports, who faced a reset in the last one. Bring it to 5-5, and now with a 5-2 advantage. As the last of the guns held right now from Liquid, and I quite literally mean that, because this will change things in terms of money going into the next one as well.
That long take for Liquid has been working so well, and they've been pushing the CTs back time and time again. This time, though, Mousesports do challenge it. Now they have got the AWP. It's Nico to find one, and Speedy that gets the last 2 as well. 5-on-2, Hiko and Simple remain. And they'll both be towards the mid doors here. Presumably this will be walking out, but you can see Chris J just watching that like a hawk. He's ready for them. They haven't got a smoke with CT spawn, so he should be finishing this one off. It will be Simple to face him first. Down he goes. Simple procedure for Chris. And Hiko with the bomb as well. He's the master of clutches, but this is definitely a bridge too far, I have to say.
It's definitely a tall task. Hiko won on forward Luminosity in a semi-final at a major, Henry. So
basically, 1v5 with Mousesports. That should be possible,
easy.
Right?
Well, not with Chris J already spotting it.
Well, there it is. I like this though. Like I said, the double up setup as soon as it came out from Mousesports, I mean, they can actually challenge towards long now and find those first picks. Even when you're flashed, you can actually look towards the long doors and actually just take a pop shot. If they are fast taking it. This is the replay right now, Matt.
All right, let's see if he actually does get
on my screen, he did shoot, and it looked like it was a dead on.
See? No shot. Oh, he did. Okay, all right. So
that's going...
That is interesting.
I'm not close enough to see where it landed on the hitbox exactly, but that looked, to me, that looked like a kill.
Well, Nico definitely got the better of it, according to the game. but I can understand Simple's frustration now seeing that replay. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. It's 6-5 now. It's in the past. What's done is done.
Oh, here we go then. 6 versus 5 now. Liquid are going to be onto the partial buy. Tech9s and Desert Eagles going for the fast short play as well. The smoke goes down to take away the vision from the CTs, but Chris has spotted them. It's actually Nico, beg your pardon. They're going to be able to plant down towards short as well. So far so good for Liquid. This is pretty much all they could have hoped for. Now they're actually in a retake position. If they can hold off the kills towards short, this might be possible, considering there is double orbs trying to come back into the bomb site.
Well, Dennis does hit a liege. That starts off well when they try and walk up this catwalk. These pistols not able to find the shots just yet, but now it's Simple and Nitro that do, the Tech9 and Deagle. Different pistol for each, but it's effective. Bomb still playing it off as Speedy gets closer, but they've got this position at quad as well. They don't have this checked at all. And Kusta, he needs to hit shots. It's only the Glock that he's working with, though. Not the right gun to be in that position, and the smoke would have done it no matter what. As they do find Hiko, but good bomb down. And look how close that actually came, because they had to be careful reapproaching that.
One more kill, I think, would have done that. Made it really uncomfortable for Mousesports there, but decent retake, utilizing the grenades correctly, smoking off towards short, and then watching out for Kusta towards that Gandalf position as well. But there it is. It's actually 4 rounds in a row for Mousesports, so bouncing back after their adjustment to the setup. The double orbs working out very effectively here. Nico and Chris J, a decent tag team combo. As we go to round number 13 now. Back to a full buy for Liquid. Going for that long control once again. It's going to be a Liege leading the charge here. Smoking off towards the corner. And that's pushed the CDs back as well. So this is where they allow the AWP to try and work a pick. You can see Kusta there setting up. Jumping in towards the pit. We've seen this so many times from them before. And like I said, potential A-split potential will be coming in.
Chance for it. I mean, this is the same play that started it off where they had Simple and where we had the Nico debate to begin with. But you fight getting that long control.
You should expect a CT reaction at this point. Once they've lost long and they've seen it being a massive problem, you can see them stack here. Here it is, towards B. Next going to be pushing the tunnels. This is perfect. They need to be reactive in these situations. Can't allow full real estate control towards Liquid. So they will be going towards the B tunnels, get something back on the map. But the problem is now, Liquid are setting up for potential mid-take here. I'm not sure where they're planning on going. Maybe towards shore, but now Mousesports have got control of the tunnels. They are going to be gathering information and telling their teammates to adjust accordingly.
And Chris is going to go all the way out toward T. Next, down through the tunnels, Dennis rotates back, so they'll cover off all approaches from this position. Need to be so careful, though. Simple is going to get next. Kusta hasn't had to do anything in this position, but watch out, because Chris is already in T-spawn. If he walks out and Kusta's still here, this could be a loss of the ground that they really desperately want to hold so they can get the post-plant position set up accordingly. Kusta's worked his way up, wants to clear off CT while they go for that bomb plant. Simple, he's gonna hold on to Catwalk. He has one on Speedy, but Dennis gets it back. And Chris is now approaching onto Kusta, who thankfully looks it down, and Chris drops. It was all about timing. That was not even knowing that Chris had gone for the full flank, but more so that they had Catwalk, that they'd put pressure onto Simple. And it's gonna force this away. Nico and Dennis already on the save.
Pretty textbook stuff there from Liquid. Gaining control of the map, pushing the CDs back and forcing them to do into decisions they're not sure of as well. 3 players went into B tunnels, but just a little bit too slow. Once they had that control, it was too late. Liquid made their way towards short, the plan was going down, and they had Kusta set up towards long as well. That was the whole idea of the strategy. Once he gets to that position, he can control the bomb as well. That platform plant comes in once more, and the CT's opting out of the round. Nico and Dennis remain. They do save the AWP. But Liquid fighting back after losing 4. It's going to be 7 plays 6 now. Money's still relatively decent for Mousesports after so many rounds won, so they definitely can go back to the double orb setup, which was working before. Long seems to be the main area of contention though for Liquid. They seem to be focusing most of their efforts almost every single round to try and get that area, and it is working 9 times out of 10. It's when Mousesports probably need to start sending 3 people there at the start, just for that initial rush, and then they can kind of fall back and justify that, but it's going to be Nico this time. Will they be challenging? Once again, they're going for the long control Liquid, and they got it once more.
It's been given up quite easily now, because Mouse go for the double mid boost for Chris J over top of the smoke with the AWP. And they've been playing this long angle as well with Nico on top of the platform to watch it, so it's different approach from the AWP. They're not getting it toward Car, they're not anchoring down long. It's a very different setup. Tries to go for the quick shot, a Dren Olaf-esque toward the major, but it's not gonna hit, not connect this time. And Nico's forced back a little bit further, has to play a different angle still and allow them further up that long position. But again, they just want to get that one player there. They just want Kusta to hold it down.
It's almost a mirror of last round. You can see now Mouse going towards the B tunnels once again. Exact same information gathered, but now actually Liquid going back towards Catwalk. We have got presence from the CT.
Good
Speedy's
nade.
going to be facing them. Here it comes. Needs to find at least one here and fall back.
Sick nade does so much damage, and Speedy, he's the difference. He pushes up this time. Hiko's got a 1-for-1, but now Nico, he's gonna Molotov. Oh, and this is a problem. Nitro's inside of it. Oh, missed shot though from Nico. It looked like he was dead on, but just barely misses to the left side of Nitro, who now, as a result of it, picks up 2 kills. And next has to rotate back through CT spawn. Turns back, does find Simple, smart, but 1 versus 3 still, and Bomb sure to go down.
Surely. There it is, yep. So easy plant coming in and an almost impossible situation for Next now. He has found 1 frag here, but needs to find 3 more and a defuse. They've got to be aware where he is. Nitro puts him to bed, and they tie things up at 7-7. And the money's pretty low now for Mousesports as we go into round number 15. They should be able to get a decent buy, and still we can see we have got 6k and 4k on Dennis, so could get an AWP out and then some pistols and maybe a FAMAS on 2 players. We'll see how they decide to go into this one. So the revolver's back out for Next. He wants to make this a thing.
Revolver, Kappa. See if we can make it work.
Yes. Let's see.
Don't let me down this time, Next.
I think you two are the only players in the world actually using that weapon.
Come on, dude. It's because maybe we're onto something.
Yeah. Sadicist and Next. Yeah, finding the meta.
Gonna be a team. Good shot from Nico pushing up. Chris Jace got a leash. Picks up a gun. So this works out very well to get a good start. They shut down, again, they give up long, but they shut down mid and B tunnels at the same time. This takes down 2 of the approaches that Liquid have been trying to use in this default. And not only that, Nitro, despite trying to cross over, has Nico staring down the A site with the AWP. Good crouch over to cross because that way it doesn't get him the first shot. That'll get the bomb in position to go for the plant, but Nico, they're confusing me, is still gonna try and take this shot through the boxes. And there's a real chance that this is the problem. The one problem is that they have no kits, so if Liquid can just hold them off here, keep them limited to this confines of Catwalk, there's not much chance that they'll get in, but that AWP is getting so much closer. It's Nitro nonetheless, though. It's gonna get 2. Hiko jumps in. Speedy with 1 only in return. And he goes down to 5 HP, but Kusta has to hold this. Again, it's planted for long, but look at the amount of smokes on top of the site. Good shot from Kusta, but now they can immediately get on top of the plant. And Kusta has to peek this out. It's a great shot, actually. I was gonna say Nico, that's almost done the defuse, but Kusta's holding on well from that position.
Well, there it is, Mousesports with that difficult buy. They actually get the first 2 frags. You'd assume they had that round tied up, but it wasn't quite enough. As soon as the bomb went down again, it's the same procedure for Liquid, getting the AWPer towards the platform, and even though they smoke the bomb, he gets the shot required. Normally, a lot of AWPers will panic in that situation and start rattling off shots and seeing what they can do.
Well, Smix has been watching both teams throughout the course of the first half, so she's definitely got a report for us.
Thank you very much, Sadicist. That is correct. I have been watching the series firsthand here with the teams right in front of me, and it's been quite interesting because for all the flack that NA usually gets for having louder comms and things like that, it's actually been quite the opposite down here on the floor live. Mousesports has actually been the much louder team, whether they're happy about the rounds or upset with the rounds. They've been extremely loud and yelling at each other or saying good job. And whereas on the other side with Liquid, they've been very, very calm. Liquid with Hiko and in-game leading, everyone's listening to him very quietly. I one time even heard Simple apologize for a mistake that he made. So I don't know if that comes as a surprise to any of you guys, but it was surprising for me.
Thank you very much, Smix. I mean, that is interesting, actually. First off, Simple apologizing, and second off, hashtag Hiko was right. Because apparently the NA comms, it's a myth when it comes to Liquid. That's actually really interesting to listen to. So we'll see if that continues, if that can buy some Liquid momentum, start to get the teamwork rolling on this CT side. 8-7, they have the favorite coming into this, but Simple's already been tagged down to 3 HP, which is a bit of a problem on this pistol round. And he's going to have to stay so complacent and just buy his time at the back of this platform at B. He does have one player up close with him. It's going to be Nitro, but he's dropped. Actually, take that back. It's Hiko, excuse me. Nitro's going for a flank meanwhile, but Kusta's got to hold this all up. 1 versus 5, essentially, for at least about 10 more seconds until Nitro gets in position.
Perfect round in for Mousesports, going for that contact B play. We saw Liquid actually gaining information. They pushed 2 players towards the top middle. You thought, okay, that's amazing. We can see exactly what's going on. Definitely going to be a B-sided attack, but Mousesports getting the entry kills, but it's not over just yet. Nitro coming from the tunnel is going to be next to take him down. That's going to secure the round. Kusta, the last player remaining, just trying to farm a little bit of cash here. If he can get a couple of kills, that'll be worth something, but it's a clean sweep for Mousesports. 5 players alive, simple play in towards the B tunnels, and they take down that first player on the platform itself, and the round falls apart for Liquid. So Mousesports tie things up, 8-8. And Liquid, we'll see how they go into this next one. They're going to be buying PT50 on towards Hiko. Looks like it'll be more of a conservative buy here. They want to make sure they have the firepower going into that first gun round and having an AWP and grenades as well. So this should be a simple procedure for Mousesports. Going to have 2 UMPs, 3 rifles, and going for long control themselves. So Liquid changing their setup now. Did have 2 players towards long, but looks like they're falling back towards short now.
All 5 players. I'm going to get around the corner at long for free. Nitro on a leash. 2 on catwalk, and Nitro's elected to jump down. Does hit Dennis on the way by. That works out well with the P250, but he's limited off. Oh, that nade. Ooh, get wrecked. Almost puts him up elevator without a boost, but unfortunately it was just in body and not spirit. As Speedy's going to burn a Liege to a crisp. That takes everyone on the catwalk down. The rest have to work from the disadvantaged low positions of CT, but good shot from Kusta. Goes for the jump. Nico holds it. That's just Simple, who does okay with the deagle through the edge of the box, get a shot, but it's on to Chris. Bomb's not been planted out of this. So Simple can actually try and be a little bit sneaky in this position. He's already faded off the catwalk, and he's going to try and switch this up against Chris J and go toward long.
This could get interesting. Simple has got 10 HP, but Chris J is exposed right now. Long plant goes down. He's still convinced that Simple may be towards this short area. He's checking long tentatively.
Yeah, now he's looking. Now he's figured it out because he hasn't shown on Cat at all. And Chris, Nico, Chris, Simple. Why am I messing up names? Simple's not going to look here. Back toward Goose, and Chris just holds it. Thankfully, due to timing, it works out. But that was pretty clever, I have to say, from Simple, who just barely hit the shot on Nico initially on the site.
Well, Liquid didn't really have to invest much into that round and found 4 kills as well, so that's very decent for them, but can't really justify much into this. So Mousesports do avoid death there as we go 9 versus 8. You see Dennis now joining his team with the 5 AKs, and Liquid not really investing anything but Simple Deagle. Why not? We've seen what he can do with that weapon before. 3 players towards long for Liquid now. It's looking like another long take coming in for the German squad as well.
Going to fire into that smoke. So much as the first half, Liquid need to find a way back into the game despite not winning the first pistol or the second. Keep that in mind because that's a big statistic to work in the favor of Mousesports. If Liquid make a game out of this, that just goes to show you how the gun round's played. And Nico's already into lower tunnels, staring down that double door at mid.
Well, Liquid are retaking through middle now. It's going to be Nico to challenge him first. He gets the first kill, gets the double, and that should be the round secured here. They got to try and take him down with them though. As there it is, Simple through the box. I think that's actually through one of his teammates. Takes the headshot on towards Nico.
And it's worth it to pursue that because now they have an AK if they even want to go for this retake, but more importantly, they can save that AK and have better economy in the next round because we know the CTs, they struggle to buy out even just the basic utilities if they force up in round 2, which they did do. So Nico's just going for a long exit flank, going to just sit back toward T-spawn, and that's the primary objective at this point in time.
You're absolutely right. The CT economy very difficult to control. Liquid should have a nice, decent buy going into the next round because they didn't do that force buy we see from so many teams on the second round. So the fact they take an AK into it as well means they kind of buff everything, and the AWP and the nades get a lot stronger as well. There it is. Mousesports do survive with just Nico being dropped, but he did his work. He got 2 kills and secured in the round. But here we go. In the first gun round, you can see over 5k for all the CTs. That's exactly what we're talking about. So they'll have AWPs, M4s, defuse kits, a couple of incendiaries. It's not the best buy, but it's much stronger than what they invested into the second round. Mousesports though, no AWP yet. They'll just be going with 5 AKs. Potentially using spawns as well. We can see Dennis making his way towards long, but more of a retake because 3 players towards the top of middle for Mousesports. No aggression from the CTs just yet.
Kusta's going to hold the angle until Liege gets in a better position and then fall back. So this is more the default meta that we talk about with the AWP on the car. Next and Dennis still just waiting. No one really committing, but that gives it away. Liege, he hears the shots come through. It's not even the post AK that fires. It was Dennis that was checking behind the door, and it gives up Next. So it's 1-man advantage now for Liquid to work with.
It was interesting for Next to go for that full crouch spray through to smoke along. Obviously, you can see his bullets flying through that, and it's a pretty simple kill for a Liege at that stage, but it's going to be a 5-4 now. Terrorists have got position of middle. Nico trying to find that frag. Going to be falling back for now. Quite a passive hold from the CTs. Smoke towards the long doors as well, so it looks like they will be trying to flash out there and challenge it once again. Nico showing some presence towards mid.
And Elise again going to find another one through the smoke at long as Dennis just barely shows. So they haven't even taken any damage, but they already have a 2-man advantage. Good response from Chris J, catching Elise in transition toward the pit. But Kusta, he spots one on short, has to win this exchange because with that single kill onto Elise, Long's been given up. And Chris, he's already approaching. No one's even looking at him. There's a chance, but Simple turns around. Thankfully drops him because he nearly gets 2 out of that. And it's all onto Speedy, desperate to try and get the bomb in position. Not even going to happen.
Lovely round from Elise. You feel like that. It's Mousesports throwing some kills away there, to be fair, but he steps up, finds the first one through the smoke, and then that was their plans forward at that stage. They should still have some cash here to play with Mousesports. You can see they've got Chris J on $300. They could force this with Tech 9s if they wanted to. It looks like they actually will be doing as well. Nico's the first player to buy. Chris J keeping his money a little bit stronger just with the scout and body armor. So it's a partial buy, not one Who has fully invested? It's just Nico and Dennis that are fully invested into this. Let's see what they can do with it. Long control once again. Nico leading the charge, smoking off towards the corner. CT's are going to be pushed back and they're going to be retaking though. Elise bravely stepped through the smoke, takes down one and gains a ton of information, but Next does take him down.
There's a good push in through that initial flash, but 1 for 1 still, and that AK is looming. They can easily get toward that. They think about smoking it off, and they're going to have to because Kusta, foreseeing that flash come out, was staring it down. But Chris, we talked about his scout, the jump shot onto Nitro at the boxes. And Simple, he has to fall away from this. Suddenly, they're the ones that are down. 2 men, in fact. Good shot. Does catch the head of Chris, but waits for the smoke in, and it's too late. Next already has the angle. It's just Hiko, 1 versus 3, and Mousesports on the off-buy. This is similar to how Liquid got to start, except they had the pistol to complement, and it's 1-1. Dennis actually trades it immediately.
Interesting buy coming in there from Mousesports, and like you said, Chris J, famed for those jumping scout shots, especially on Dust 2. This is definitely one of his playgrounds in terms of the map pool. Great work from him, and Mousesports step up there tremendously. And after Liquid pushed through that smoke towards long, they gained the intel as to where the terrorists were, and even though it was a 1-for-1 exchange, they do lose the round in the end. Now Liquid are going to be forced onto an EK themselves, so Mousesports have a definite chance to build some momentum here. Mousesports now with the AWP. It's going to be Chris J running off shots towards mid through the smoke, but aggression from the CT towards short actually. You can see 2 players will be pushing that area. It's going to be Simple. There's Desert Eagle as well, but such a passive hold from Mousesports. They're waiting for this to come into them, and Nitro towards the top of middle with the 5-7. He's sure they'll be punished momentarily, and there it is. Chris J takes him down.
Good shot. Cleverly held, awaiting for that aggression. So Liquid, this is starting to get tough now as well because, remember, the CT economy is so much harder to build up, and they just got reset early in the half. 3-1 is oftentimes, it's not like it's intentionally planned, but oftentimes the worst possible start you can have for that exact reason. And they didn't get either of the pistols. This is a tough game. This is trying to win the hardest possible way at this point.
They get $1,900 next round. Looking at the money at the moment, some players could buy, they could do a force, but considering the buy Mousesports have, I wouldn't recommend that. I'd say just take another one on the chin. They could go to 11-11 and then come back with a full buy, double or potential.
It'd be 13-9 actually.
Oh yes, you're right.
I'm sorry, I had to call you out on it. But yeah. Simple's there, has takedown Nico. I mean, that's the problem, is that they're starting to create a deficit. And Chris just watching back toward long as Dennis goes to work and finds Simple. It's all onto Kusta, who, as you mentioned, some of the players could buy. Kusta's actually the one that's worse off right now. He's at 1,800 total. Plus the 1,900 next round. It's not AWP range. It's not where you'd want to see Kusta in these situations, but has picked up an AK. So if they can save this AK, it might be grounds for the rest to force for him, and Simple could actually buy an AWP.
Kusta does save the AK here towards T-spawn, but you can see he's being hunted down. We've got Next checking every position towards middle, and Speedy hunting towards the B site as well, but it looks like he will survive at this point. Money definitely a massive problem here, but Mousesports getting a decent advantage. They will go up 12-9 and keeping 4 players alive as well. It's a perfect round for them. It's only Simple that manages to find a kill. They are making their way towards T-spawn now. Will they be able to find Speedy Kusta in time? Sorry, I think they will. There we go. The decision comes in. They save the AK.
Yeah.
And the AWP has been dropped towards Kusta as well, so they will be forcing into this. It's not the best buy. You can see no kits, a lack of utility on Hiko, so difficult round for them going forward.
And AWP drop toward Kusta. That's dropped by Simple. Just think about that for a minute, because this is the guy that said he would rather play with the Dren so he could have the AWP. The guy who's been called out for being selfish. We heard he apologized in the first half, and now he's dropping the AWP to Kusta. So there is some good team structure going on. This is a positive sign for Simple to be playing the role here.
I think Simple's AWP is most effective on the T side, opening up the map. I think CT, it makes sense for Kusta to be rolling that weapon, but a fast round coming in from Mousesports here. Go for the quick mid-control. It's Simple that drops first, and now leaving one player towards the B side. It's going to be Hiko. Can he hold anyone off here?
Oh, this is so desperate, because he's playing on the mouth of the tunnels. The smoke's behind him, but there's 2 players approaching it. He does well to find Dennis, but a decent nade from Nitro makes it a little bit more possible. 3 versus 3. Smoke's off, Molotov on the window. Not much access points for Liquid. Bomb going down. It's going to be pretty desperate retake, considering there's still flashes and a Molotov left right now on the T side. Good shot from Nico. Does take Kusta, and up close he's found Elise as well. Nitro now the last alive. He's in the site. He has gotten through the smoke. He's got one, but needs to get him behind the boxes and stay alive. It's the silenced M4, so there won't be any tracers to indicate where he's gone for Nico, but he's also gone outside of the site, which is going to make this even harder for Nitro, who has to try and find both players. Taps it, looks toward window, knows he's there, but Chris peeks it.
Massive round there for Mousesports. Liquid did force buy into that. It was a difficult round for them, and that fast play from the German squad pushing through middle, finding the first kill onto Simple as well. It's so beneficial for them. Hiko stuck in the worst position, as you pointed out, towards that tunnel mouth. Means he's just getting pincered from both sides. They do manage to find 2 kills as the entrance was made to the site, but it just wasn't enough. Once the bomb was planted, they had a lack of utility to actually retake, and only 1 kit as well. Nitro, definitely a player capable of winning those sort of situations, but without the actual kit to finish it off, it was going to be an almost impossible task at that stage. So now we go into 13 plays 9. Liquid, about $2,800 average in terms of cash.
Chris just having some fun, acting like he's the coach during the timeout.
What was he doing? Is he standing up?
He was standing up,
Okay.
yeah, being quite animated.
So Liquid have a decision to make.
Decent frag distribution, by the way, on Mousesports, considering we often talk about the fact that Nico does most of the damage. He's got 18, sure, he's still at the top, but it's 17 for both Nex, Speedy, 16 for Chris J,
Yep.
13 for Dennis.
That's always been a massive problem for Mousesports. It seems like he's the only player actually killing people. Like, you have sometimes have 30 frags, the next person on his team will have like 13. So they're very evenly distributed right now. You can always rely on Nico to step up almost every single game. I can't remember the last time he had a bad game. He always seems to be carrying, but his teammates finally posting numbers similar to his now. Nex as well, a player has been called out tremendously recently. Had a very decent game so far, but
So the issue now for Liquid, 3 rounds against them. They are building the lost round bonus, but they could go toward that quasi we talk about, that situation where you level yourself at about 2K because you're going to have the full amount coming in if you don't win this in the next one.
I prefer them not to do that.
That's the thing. But then they play, so it goes to 14-9. They buy. They basically have to win it out.
I'd say take the eco here, allow it to go to 14-9, come back with double AWPs. We know how well that could work with this lineup, with Simple and Kusto on the AWPs, and then try and just grind it out. Take it round by round and see what you can do with that situation. But
Shout out to production for putting this epic music in so that even if we sound boring, it sounds epic.
I think you always sound epic.
Oh, thanks, bro.
You got a lovely voice.
But it's just so dramatic right now, isn't it?
It is. It dramatizes the whole situation.
I
But
love
here we go then. The pause has been stopped. We're going back into this. Let's look at the buy for Liquid. What are they going to do here? I really do hope they take an eco here. It's not, if they did force into this, it'd be an absolute nightmare. They will be going with the more conservative approach, going for a couple of P250s, 2 HE grenades. This will be an almost guaranteed round going in favour of Mousesports here. Of course, Chris J back on the AWP, does spot 2 players crossing. And nothing particularly special coming out on the CTs this round. This is going to be playing more of a default here. You can see them adjusting themselves towards middle. Chris J just keeps firing shots through the doors there. Narrowly misses out on one. But you can see how defensive Mousesports are being right now. It's waiting outside the B tunnels, not even taking over that area. We have got a lead. He's got into all the long doors as well. So just starting his USP in his hand. I'm not really sure what he's planning on doing. Does get spotted as well, so decides to fall back.
Kusta passively now. But Ali's the only one even on the A side of the map right now is going to try and hold down long with just that USP.
Yeah.
And this is Mouse, again, the save rounds that we have seen, we saw it with Liquid in the first half as well, but Mouse last time, they're expecting this aggression, so they're just sitting back. Once this hits down to about 45 seconds, they'll go. The problem is they're not going to have any information on this.
Mouse has been one of those teams, historically, one of the guys I'm always calling out on their anti-eco rounds. They make very questionable decisions, like forcing themselves into B for no reason and not retaking, not working defaults, and this time it's much better. Taking piece by piece of the map. Now Dennis has got control of the long doors. They know Ali's there just for the USP as well. They're not giving anything away here, making sure they bide their time. The problem is now we're getting to the 30-second mark. This is where they need to start moving. So flashbangs come in. They've gained long control now, but they need to stick as a fragging unit. Make sure they're trading frags effectively and taking everyone down in their path. So Ali's the first one to drop. Good shot by Dennis. And that should be the A bomb side open.
Will be. All right, spray control. Dennis takes down 3. Hiko comes back in, at least takes him back. So a little bit of revenge, but unfortunately it's going to be the round given away. 8 seconds left when they do get the plant down, but that was calculated again. Sat back until 43 was when they actually went.
This is the kind of round you need to be doing. It might be quite a boring approach, even though you know you're going against a full eco. But every kill is important at this point. You give money towards the CTs, you take money away from yourselves. That was actually very effective and crisp by Mousesports, dropping 1 kill, Dennis finding 3. And they were making sure they stayed in that kind of buddy system mentality, taking frags and trading them effectively. So that's Simple last players remain. He will have the P2000 in towards lower B. Not really much he can do in this scenario, but he'll be lurking around, seeing if anyone does exit through short. Not meant to be this time, so he won't be getting anything for his position this round. But there it is, 14 plays 9. Great round from Mousesports. Very disciplined indeed.
The good news is we're going to see 48 kills come out from Kusta in the last few rounds just because
Of course.
we have to hit that 60 kill mark.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
It's true. So things are looking good.
It's all looking up, but here we go then. Let's see what kind of buy Liquid bring to the table. They do get the double orb setup, so that's why they took that full eco. It's probably what they're discussing in that timeout. So it will be the simple Kusta tag team combo. Let's see what they can bring to the table here. Simple will be playing towards middle. I assume Kusta will be working his way towards long. Default play coming in from Mousesports, and we'll see what the objective is here. Seems like it's going to be making their way towards mid, slowly dissecting the map. And Simple now set up towards B window, watching for any mid splits coming in.
They're actually going to try and get a Liege a little bit closer in that position. Now, normally what they've done in this situation with Kusta here is get a Liege in that position and then drop him back to the car. So we'll see if that's going to be the case, and it looks like already he's rotating in that position, that direction, but Nico's still on the other side of the mid doors. Molotov on it will buy a little bit more space. And while they've got the time, they might as well try and get Dennis out to court Cat just to get the map control so they have the options open on this default. No one in B tunnels, no one at A long though. So it's going to be an explosive play for Mousesports when they do go.
They could do a full execute at this point. They still have smokes, flashbangs, full control of short as well. One player out towards mid. That's going to be Nico. He's so deadly in these 1-on-X situations. Just trying to show you some presence here. There's a bit of Nitro to take him down. Now here comes the execute from Mousesports. Dennis finds Kusta. It's going to be hard now for the CT to retake. That's all they had. They've got one player towards long. He needs to step up here and find the next frag.
He has to hold this down. Does spray through the smoke. Catch Dennis off. Bomb is being planted, though. It's planted for Cat as well, but Hiko's got next. Just barely peeking towards CT aggressively. Double peek from Nitro. Had the information where Chris was, but Chris gets the better of the exchange with the AWP, and now he's going to look toward through that smoke at long, and it's the Liege. Steps out, found by Chris. He's got this back to a 2 versus 2, and this is desperate. Liquid need this round, and they're going to go down again. Speedy on a Simple. It's Hiko, 8 HP, and he's got his position given away. They know exactly where he's playing from, and Chris, he's going to try and get in a better position to just stay alive, set this crossfire, and Hiko's gonna bail. He's out of here. It's gonna have to play for overtime for Liquid. Mousesports, map point early, and he's not even gonna get the M4.
Lovely stuff there from Mousesports. Another great default coming in. Gain full control of the catwalk area. Nico showing such heavy presence towards mid as well. He smokes off CD spawn, flashes out. He doesn't find any kills, but it's enough to keep 2 CD players there. And as soon as he dies, he's giving the call to his teammates. You need to go right now. You need to start executing towards the A side. They get on there. They find their equal exchange. Get the bomb plant down as well. That's going to bring Mousesports into a 15-9. Great work from Chris J as well. Good shots hit. And made sure he did everything he could just to make sure they guarantee that situation. But we're going to round number 25. It's going to be map points for Mousesports here. 15-9. And Liquid with a scout, a FAMAS, no kits, literally no grenades apart from a flashbang on Hiko. That's it. That's all they have to work with here. So if they somehow pull this one off, I'll be very impressed. You can see Mousesports once again sticking together. 4 players towards TC1 right now. They want to make sure any kills that are given towards the CTs is an instant reply. And we have got Nico, of course, lurking by himself towards lower B, seeing if we can find any sort of CT aggression towards lower B tunnels, but he'll just be working towards those doors as well. Fancy the face, he knows the money's going to be broken for the CT side. No orb, that's for sure.
Next, Dennis, Speedy, all working in toward long already. Unlike Liquid, they haven't tried to push in toward pit, anchor it, and then fall away to execute down catwalk. They're just going to sit and wait. So last time it was explosive on Cat. This time it'll be explosive at long, but Elise shuts down Nico right away. Now they'll go Mouse. 4 players committed. And no one there, no presence on it. Such a passive holding. Kusta's aware of it, but he's rotated back toward quad. This gives up a lot of ground. It means that the rotation through CT is going to have to be swift, and the smokes are accurate, which makes this even harder. They can't really afford to boost Elige. There's a slight gap, but he's down to 19 HP, so even if he goes up and gets caught, it's a problem. And it leaves just the scout remaining down towards CT spawn, as Kusta, again, just waiting at the squad position. Simple looks for the jump bombs being planted. It's for the platform at long as well, and the AWP of Chris is still down in that direction, which this means it has to favor Mousesports. It's back to 4 versus 4. Kusta's going to try and get aggressive, but Chris is still looking at the angle at long, so he's got a chance to cross over early, but he has to go right now, and he's already spotted. Turn back next with 1, but Nitro, Hiko, they each pick up a kill, and Chris isn't in dead position yet. Dennis goes down. It's all on to Chris, and Hiko finds the kill.
Hasn't got a kit, but he's still got it regardless. What a round from Liquid there. So touch and go, but it's Hiko that steps out, finding 2 kills towards the end. When the platform plant came in, I assumed Chris J would be working towards that area and just holding tight until the defuse came in, but he decides to challenge from the corner, gets taken down. And Liquid survive. Gets another one here, but the problem is they lose 4 players once again. And the money's still not going to be fantastic. I don't think they salvage an AWP. You can see Kusta with the scout here, and so much money on the Mousesports side, they can afford another full buy here.
I just realized that I made an interesting prediction because when I'm casting Mousesports, for whatever reason, they have like an 84% win rate.
Okay.
So I should have just gone with that. But
is that why we're casting this game?
No, not at all. There's no. This is not like one of those casters things. This isn't planned. It's just like one of the interesting things. Christian, their manager, always points this out.
Okay. Well, we just missed it as they were crossing the CT. Simple did get banged through the doors there. 20 HP for him. As we go into round number 26, as I mentioned before, difficult buy here for the CTs. 1 kit and a distinct lack of grenades as well. They've got 1 incendiary and 3 flashbangs remaining. And Mousesports yet to show their hand whatsoever. You can see they actually got 5 smokes still, so they could fully execute anywhere they like. It was Nico that was lurking towards short before by himself. He'll take it down before his teammates made their hand towards long, but this time it's a much more default player. The bomb and B tunnels as well. This will be the mid split coming in. You can see Speedy holding towards long for any aggression coming in. Chris J now just trying to work a pick into the site.
So A doesn't work. It's over to B. We haven't seen them approach here in a while. The last time we did, though, was when Nico got pincered. But that was because they lost Simple early at mid. This time it's the opposite. They've got Nitro to brought over to this site to strengthen it.
Well, Liege did push the long doors there, but...
And that's the thing. And how much does this predict what happens next? Because they get 1 kill on the A site, they don't have any information on B.
Well, they're just slowing it right down, and they don't need to go straight away, but Dennis will be slowly but surely making his way into the site. Simple and low HP. Here comes the play.
He goes here at Closet, looks for the crossfire, goes down. Nitro has to step up, does find 2, but Dennis gets Simple. Thankfully, Nitro's up to the task. It's 3 now for him, and the HP favors Liquid severely. As Nico and Speedy on 29 and 28 respectively. Bomb is inside of the site. They have to commit it. Kusta with the scout finds Speedy. Makes it all too easy as he finds Nico as well.
Lovely stuff. And the money's still strong for Mousesports. These are very close rounds indeed. Liquid need 4 just to bring it towards overtime. But you can see they were so certain. They took a risk and they're stacking towards our B side. Very good call from them. Even after Elise dropped, they managed to hold on strong with the lesser weapons there. Nitro finding 3, as you said. Really strong play from him from the B side. And then Kusta to finish things off. Number 27 now, we can see now it's starting to affect Mousesports. You can see next just on the Desert Eagle. And maybe another B play coming in once again. 4 players towards the tunnel. It's going to be Speedy trying to work a pick towards long. He will find some confrontation as well. Alige going pretty aggressively towards those blue boxes.
And Kusta again falls away once they have that secured, once they're comfortable with Alige's position. No indication yet of where exactly they're going to go on the T side because it's just a default towards mid. They do flash Dennis out. Nitro, if he's going to throw that, it's now. Now would be the perfect time because they've already crept 2 beyond and it would segregate them, but they're trying to go for the completely open peak and Nitro's not spotted yet, but Chris holds it, does hear the jump, looks back, and Nitro's got no chance. Now it's a B split, and it's only a split with 1 player. It's Speedy who's late to the tunnels, but Simple shut down the initial approach. Liquid, he's gone out and found Nix. This is working out so well, and Speedy's late to the challenge at the tunnels, but just gets there, only to get 1 though. As Hiko turns back, it's all down to Chris.
Wow. So even after, once again, Mousesports find that initial frag towards City Spawn with Chris there to open things up. It's the star players for Liquid coming to life now. Hiko and Simple finding 2 frags apiece, and it's an audacious face from Simple from the window. You feel like that's going to be costing him his life, but he finds 2, and now we have got the timeout coming from Mousesports. The money has been broken as well. Liquid fighting back, as I said, round by round. Just need to make sure they're hitting their shots, and so far, so good. Mousesports going to be taking some time to work out what the next move is. Nico, head on his hands right now. A lot of pressure in these rounds. A lot of teams do struggle to finish games off.
And if you're looking right now, if you're Mousesports, you kind of have to notice that Hiko and Simple are leading the charge, 20 kills apiece. They're both playing on the B site, and they've had decent crossfires set, aside from 1 round where Simple went down early.
Yes.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the site, or map, excuse me, Liege is on 12, Kusta's on 15. Hasn't been exactly hot in, challenged high-pressure situations with that AWP. So if you can get a Liege down early, you get long. I think A's where you have to start looking, and that puts a lot of pressure onto Nitro. And just to go to the other side of that, Mousesports, their kill distribution is still dead even, so this is a full team game from them. Chris now up to 21, and it's Speedy that leads the charge with 22.
What's interesting as well, though, Mousesports are consistently finding the first frag almost every single one of these gun rounds. Just someone steps out from Liquid, they react very nicely. They know they need to find frags. They're willing to face and take the aim duels, and they're winning them. It's Simple, comes in, he faces from window, he finds 2 AK frags. Hiko pushing through smoke and just catches them out. It's Mousesports' team, once they get that frag, they commit straight away. They don't wait and see what they can do with the situation. They try to take control of the bomb side as soon as they get that first frag. And Nitro looking very strong on that B side as well. Alige had a very successful major actually. He's actually only on 12 kills and 23 deaths. He seems to be the
And this, T side, he's the one that Nitro was hitting shots on entry, so usually Alige is going to have a quiet game if Nitro's on, because he's the second man in. He's kind of like, he's the aggressive player. He's one of the only entry fraggers in North America, in my opinion, that can actually be successful at getting multiple kills, but he's also the bait in some ways for Liege. So if he's successful, it's kind of expected that he's quiet. But now on this CT side, he's normally quite efficient, so there's a bit of a problem going on toward long for him.
The pause time will come to an end here. Well, back into the game, it will be an eco for Mousesports. They have got Desert Eagles and a Tech 9. No grenades purchased as of yet, but Liquid are almost guaranteed their 13th round. There'll be 2 more after this. Oh, we can see 2 smokes coming in as well. So Speedy and Chris J with smokes and flashbangs. This would normally suggest it's going to be a B-sided play, but there it is. Nico towards the long doors, does find the first kill on towards Elige. Once again gets dropped, but answered back quickly by Nitro. Still a 4-on-4.
And again, though, that's the first pick onto Elige. So Kusta at car has Nitro who switched, but they have no one in CT. Absolutely no one. That's the read they have to find. And they know that Nitro got the refrag, which means he's out toward long. So if they can anticipate that mid's going to be weaker, this is when you go cat. This is when you try and push and force Kusta out of position.
They've shown smokes towards CT spawn and towards Xbox as well, so it's taking a lot of vision away from the CT side. I'm not sure where the Mousesports may be heading, but so far it's 4 players towards the A site. Flashbang still remaining, so presumably dropping down towards spawn, trying to find that next pick. It's going to be Dennis presented with it, but he gets taken down by Simple.
And dead right call, but a lack of a smoke is the problem. I mean, and yes, it's pistols, but if they could have smoked off Simple there, they could have put so much pressure onto Kusta. Instead, he's just got a shooting gallery. 2 kills for him, bombs dropped on the site. Speedy can do what he wants. Might do actually a little bit more than that. Thankfully, he goes there because he actually did dink up Kusta from far, but a good reaction from Liquid to hold that off.
2 more for Liquid now. We have got a full buy from Mousesports here. 5k average. It could get an AWP. It would be a glass cannon though. I'd probably prefer them to go through the 5 AKs here and try and just do a full execution. Chris J with the Krieg coming out. It's an interesting weapon, especially on Dust 2. Weapon he's one of the few players that actually purchases it. Still very viable.
Actually, we'll discuss that a little bit further in a second because I talked to Robin about it last night for Flaren, who brought up an interesting point about that weapon. Xbox Smoke allowed them to push up Catwalk further without being detected by anyone who might be playing on the off angle inside of mid. No one is. Simple's up toward the B site instead. He's got the spot, but it's Dennis that gets the shot. And now it's on to Hiko again. He's got to buy so much space. The Molotov on the door, second smoke out toward tunnels, and he's hoping that they'll present themselves at window. But they haven't yet. They've come in. Good shot, good awareness. Turns around, and Hiko's got 2. He has to find next. A good amount of damage done, but he runs out of ammo. And it's Speedy that's inside mid, cutting off the rotations. That's going to make this more possible as Mousesports look to plant the bomb. But Nex is on to 7 HP. And it's the 1-2 punch of Nitro and Elige. Not normally known for closing rounds, but they're going to have to here. If they can do this, the money gets so dire. The bomb plant, though. But Nico, he's got the first one. Elige down. It's all on Nitro. The smoke allows him in, but Nico's going to be staring this down, and Nitro goes for the wide side instead. Nitro not peeking. It's going to be 1, but he has to turn it back, and just barely Nico holds on. It's 19 HP, but it's successful. 16-13.
Wasn't the cleanest ways to finish things off, but they finally did it. Mousesports do win. 16 plays 13 is the fast mid split, and Nico opening things up and gets the last frag as well. Liquid should be disappointed with that, but they did an admirable attempt to actually try and get back into it. I think it was 15-10 at one stage, so got 3 rounds in a row, actually 4. It wasn't quite enough in their opening game here.
And a great start. I mean, again, similar format to a major. The 6